Here in this video we will discuss the personalities of all the 10 different dragons of House of the Dragon. Each and every one of them had their own unique character, even though it might not seem that obvious. So let's get to it. The first one, Arrax. This small juvenile dragon is ridden by Prince Lucerys Velaryon and was seen in the 10th episode. Arrax was seen as a feisty dragon that, although was obedient to Lucerys, was also brave and doesn't give a shit for danger. He was slow to provoke, but when cornered will lash out even at bigger dragons. He may not be the wisest dragon, but that's mainly because of his young age and his biological nature to assert dominance. He was around 6 years old at that time, since all the young princes had dragons before the final time jump in episode 7 when Aemon finally claimed Vhagar. The second one, Vermax. Seen first in episode 6 and again in episode 10, Vermax had grown and was a sub-adult dragon by the end of the show. Vermax's character was similar to Arrax but seemed to be more docile and easy to handle. This dragon as an adult was only seen flying, but when he was small, he was seen as a little boss dragon that required quite a few dragon keepers to handle him. He had already been claimed by Jacaerys Velaryon by episode 6 and was already around 3 years old at that time. Therefore, by the end of the season, he would have been around 9 years of age. Thirdly, Sunfyre. He was first seen in episode 7 among several other dragons, and he is ridden by Aegon Targaryen. Not much is known about the personality of this one, but as far as the books say, he is a magnificent and temperamental dragon, one that has an alpha nature, as evident from him attacking Meleys with Vhagar at his side, attacking Greyhawks, and Moon Dancer. He is indeed a dragon that is fit for a king. Sunfyre was already around 8 to 9 years old at the time of Laena Velaryon's funeral, and therefore would have been around 15 years old at the end of the season. Then we have Syrax. Syrax was bonded to Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen and was first seen in episode 1 as a smaller type of dragon. This noble and valiant steed of the Black Queen was a she-dragon and had an aura of authority over her, as seen when she could even restrain Caraxes from attacking Otto Hightower and the others during episode 2. Syrax is another dragon that is fit for a king or a queen, even though smaller in size than many of the others. She still has an alpha status to her demeanor. The young she-dragon was born before 104 AC, and by the first episode she would have been around 10 years of age, and therefore by the end of the season she would be close to 27 years old. Then we have Seasmoke. Seasmoke is ridden by Laenor Velaryon and was a white dragon seen first in episode 3. This dragon is seen as one that is obedient to his rider and isn't one to go out of control easily. He even follows Meleys during their flight to King's Landing in episode 5. Seasmoke can respect other dragons and even play second fiddle to their roles, but in times of war will even attack and challenge larger, more powerful dragons like Vermithor. Seasmoke is also a young dragon that was bonded to Laena Velaryon and was close to or maybe around the same age as Syrax, around 27 to 28 years old by the time of the end of the season. Next, Dreamfyre. Seen once in episode 5 and again in episode 6, she is Princess Helaena Targaryen's dragon. Dreamfyre is mysterious and a bit of a lone wolf, even though she can cooperate or be in the presence of other people and dragons. But at times, Dreamfyre will lash out at people that intrude into her private space and solitude, as seen when she spewed fire when Aemon Targaryen entered her lair in the dragon pit. This is a she-dragon and was one of the oldest individuals. By 35 AC, Dreamfyre was large enough for a 12-year-old Rhaena Targaryen to mount her. Therefore, she would have been born around 30 AC, and her age would be close to 100 years old by the start of the war. Now we have Caraxes. The blood worm was first seen in episode 1 and was bonded to Prince Daemon Targaryen. Temperamental and easy to anger, the dragon bears a strikingly similar character trait to Daemon himself. He is a dragon that would have been an alpha if the need arises, but most of the time will let other dragons take charge, as seen in his interaction with Syrax in episode 2. Although he can attack and kill as many people as he wants, which gives us a hint to his very temperamental attitude. Aemon Targaryen, another Aemon from way back in the past, claimed Caraxes for the first time in 72 AC. The The Dragon Keepers considered him to be the fiercest of all the young dragons of the Dragon Pit and nicknamed him the Blood Worm. So he would have been born around 60 BC, making him 79 years old by the end of the season. Now we have Meleys. The Red Queen is bonded to Princess Rhaenys Targaryen and was first seen in episode 5. Powerful, proud, loyal and a bit reserved, Meleys also shows a certain set of character traits that is evident in her rider, Princess Rhaenys. Meleys is a dragon that takes charge and leads other dragons in flight as seen in episode 5 and episode 10. The Red Queen was probably one of the older dragons of the series and would have been born around 50 to 60 AC, because by 75 AC, she was a young dragon and the fastest dragon alive. And so by the end of the season, she would have been around 79 to 89 years of age. The second last among the dragons we have Vermithor. Seen slightly in the last episode, Vermithor is yet to be claimed in the series, but later in the storyline, he will be ridden by a person named Hugh Hammer. Vermithor is said to be a powerful and fearsome beast. He is a bit lazy to be honest and often coils with Silverwing as his companion in Dragonstone. Vermithor is tolerant of people and accepting of new riders, which means that this dragon is kind of a peaceful and laid-back old person in nature. He was old, not as old as Vhagar but still very old, and was born around 30 AC, thus making him about 100 years of age and extremely large, the third largest during the dance. Lastly, Vhagar. Seen as the biggest dragon yet in the series, Vhagar now is currently bonded to Aemon Targaryen. The series creator and showrunner Ryan Condal describes Vhagar as an old cat, as she is very grumpy and sleeps a lot. To add to this, Vhagar is seen as set in her old ways, who barely listens to her rider and was also vengeful, as seen when she basically chopped Arrax in half after the small dragon smoked her face. Vhagar was born before the conquest of the Seven Kingdoms by Aegon Targaryen. She was born in 52 BC and would be around 177 years old by the time the first season ends, when she killed Arrax. So that's it, the personalities and the ages of the different dragons seen in the show. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button for support and subscribe, but most of all, smash the bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.